Andrea stared at her laptop, her PowerPoint presentation still waiting. She wasn't done with her work yet and could feel exhaustion weighing on her. It was past 9 p.m., and the office building was almost empty. The night guards should be at work already. An alarming noise startled her.
What was that? Where did that come from?
She rolled her chair back just as the smell hit her. Smoke. Then the alarm screamed. Red lights flashed, but the sprinklers didn't work. Andrea stood up quickly. She ran for the door and froze. Thick smoke poured in from the hallway, curling along the ceiling. The heat followed, pressing against her skin. Her eyes watered with smoke and fear. The exit was gone. She couldn't feel her heart in her ribs. It was in her mouth. Think, she told herself, rushing back into the office. Think, Andrea. But 1,001 thoughts came up at once. Both positive and negative, born out of fear and survival instincts. One stood out. The windows. She sprinted to the far side of the room and yanked at the window handle. It didn't budge. She picked up a nearby flower vase and smashed it on the glass, still pulling at the lock. 21 floors above ground. The office felt like a glass coffin. The fire was quite close now. Coughing, Andrea dropped to the floor and reached for her phone on the desk. Her lungs burned. Every breath was a struggle. The phone was off. She couldn't remember when it had gone off, or why. With trembling fingers, she switched it on. I can't die like this, she thought wildly, tears streaking down her face as she struggled to catch her breath. She caught sight of the fire extinguisher that has always been at the corner of the room. A broken laugh escaped her as she dragged it toward the door. Clinging to that sliver of hope, smoke blurred her vision, but she pulled the pin and squeezed the handle. White foam burst out, hissing as it slammed into the flames, forcing their way inside. It bought her a few seconds, which were not enough. Her phone vibrated to life in her hand. She did not hesitate. She dialed the emergency number. The call connected instantly, almost as if someone had been waiting. Hello. Don't hang up, a man said quickly. I'm with emergency services. We are monitoring the building. I'm trapped, she gasped, coughing seriously. 20, first floor. East wing. The exits. I know, he cut in. Listen to me carefully. Can you stay low? Yes, she said. Good. There is a maintenance stairwell behind the storage room in your office. It is not marked. Her mind raced. Storage room. She could barely see, but she could trace the door. I think I know it. You have to move now, he said. The fire is spreading fast. Andrea did not argue. The heat was unbearable now, like the air itself was on fire. She reached the storage room door and shoved it open. A narrow stairwell waited behind it, dark and dusty. She sobbed in relief and stumbled inside just as the office behind her erupted in flames. The stairs were endless. Her legs shook as she struggled to move faster. Halfway down, she thought she would collapse. She could barely breathe. She thought this was where the story ended. But then she heard sirens and noises. When she finally burst out onto the street, firefighters caught her before she could fall. Cool air hit her face, and she gulped it like it was the first breath she had ever taken. She looked back at the building. It was burning fiercely now, flames licking the night sky. She was shaking and coughing, covered in soot but alive. As they wrapped a blanket around her shoulders and led her to a van, Andrea couldn't help but smile through her tears, grateful for being a survivor.